We'll call the September 25th, 2025 Diversion Board Authority to order. And the next item, we'll take a roll call of the members.
Mayor Carlson.
Here.
Mayor Dardis.
Here.
Mayor Mahoney.
Here.
Mr. Breitling. Mr. Hendrickson.
Here.
Mr. Pepcorn.
Here.
Mr. Ebinger.
Here.
Ms. Colpat.
Here.
Mr. Campbell.
Here.
Mr. Capitan.
Here.
Mr. Grimberg.
Here.
Mr. Steen.
Here.
And Ms. Borgen. Quorum is present.
Item 2, I'd entertain a motion to approve the minutes from August 28th.
So move.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item 3, approve the order of the agenda. I'd entertain a motion on that.
So moved. Second.
Moved and seconded. Discussion. Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next. Wishes with the consent agenda.
Move for approval.
Is there a second?
Second.
Discussion. Hearing none. We'll have Don take the roll.
Mayor Carlson.
Yes.
Mayor Dardis.
Yes.
Mayor Mahoney.
Aye.
Mr. Hendrickson.
Aye.
Mr. Pepcorn. Mr. Ebinger.
Aye.
Ms. Colpat.
Aye.
Mr. Campbell.
Yes.
Mr. Capitan. Mr. Grimberg.
Thank you. Aye.
And Mr. Steen.
Moving right along to the regular agenda.
My mic is dead. Oh, no, it came on.
Very good. Item 5 under the regular agenda, Executive Director update. Jason?
All right, thank you, Mr. Chair, board members. My first item is our compliance specialist position. We did open that position at the beginning of September on September 2nd. We'll be closing next week on the 29th. At that point, we'll take a week or so to review all the applicants, and we're hoping that by mid-October to do interviews and then make an offer so that by end of October, early November to have that position filled and have that important work back in full force here. In the meantime, Justin's been doing a great job, and he'll have the lead in that hiring process. Then when it comes to project tours and coordination, we've had a very busy week. Started off the first week of September with the Red River Basin Commission was in town with their annual fall meeting in Moorhead. And at that, and Commissioner Pepcorn is the chair of that organization this year. So it was great to have Commissioner Pepcorn and the whole team. We went on a tour of the Diversion project for about 4 hours. Members from both the Minnesota and North Dakota side, as well as from up in Manitoba. They felt that was a very informative tour, and it was well attended. Then our board retreat, again, appreciate all the attendance and from the board. I thought it was a great tour. We're having great weather for fall tours, and we beat the rain last week, so that was good. And then just in the last day, the Minnesota, the House Capital Investment Committee, their bonding bill tour, we were able to get on the bus up in Crookston and talk with them. As we traveled by bus from Crookston down to Moorhead, we passed through Georgetown and talked about that project. We had a great opportunity to present the overall project, give them an update, provide some videos. I want to thank the team from Moorhead with Mayor Carlson and Bob Zimmerman for their efforts talking about the Moorhead projects, as well as Clay County. We had Commissioner Ebinger and then the county engineer Justin Sorum, and then we also had members from the Buffalo Red Watershed. Board member Bill Davis was with us, and then Bennett Euler from who's the engineering rep for the Buffalo Red. All of us were on that, and again, it was I think well done group presentation between all the members that participated, and the committee and Minnesota House members that were on the bus appreciated that. So with that ends my brief. If there's any questions for me.
Questions for Jason? Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you.
General Counsel update. John?
Thank you, Mr. Chair and members of the Diversion Authority Board. The first item I have for an update is the resolution that's before you for the Metro Flood Diversion Authority to take responsibility for the design, construction, and operation of the Cheyenne River Mitigation Project. As you can see on the map, as part of the diversion project, the Cheyenne River Mitigation Project is an intended mitigation project in North Dakota for river impacts associated with the diversion project. This mitigation project was contemplated in the NEPA documents, including the supplemental EA. It primarily consists of a number of renovations or removals of structures that are on the current Cheyenne River diversion project, including the inlet structure for that project. And you'll note that project is in green, and the purple line on the screen includes modifications or removal of the gated structures on the north, where it discharges back into the Cheyenne River, some gated structures underneath I-94. Currently, the river is cutting off an oxbow. It would be reestablishing that oxbow, and some modifications or removal of a culvert and baffle structure located near the city of Horace, North Dakota. As part of this, the leadership of the Diversion Authority has been in consultations with the Corps of Engineers, and the consensus was to have the authority take over this project. There's a number of reasons for that. Number one is it's the authority's position that we could provide the project in a more efficient manner because of our close communications with the city of West Fargo, with our partnerships with the water resource districts. Second, our team believes that we can be slightly more cost effective in the construction than the Corps of Engineers. And the third is that under the PPA, any federal funds that are remaining after the completion of the federal construction come back to the local sponsors. The federal construction cannot be completed until this project is completed, and this project cannot be completed until the Cheyenne Aqueduct and the diversion channel are operational to provide protection to the city of West Fargo. So from a timing perspective, it makes sense for the authority to assume construction of the project. Later on, you'll hear a budget adjustment where there'll be funds that are allocated from the core portion coming back to the authority to cover the costs of this. In the short term, before a formal PPA amendment is entered into, we have some initial discussions with the Corps where an MFR, memorandum for record, would be issued, in which the authority would take over the design, the feasibility and design phases of the project in anticipation of a PPA, because we're currently working on a PPA amendment that requires some legislative approval at the congressional level, and the timing of that is still a little bit uncertain due to the issues relating to the continuing funding resolution before Congress. The resolution has really three parts. Number one, it's a request to take over this portion of the project, giving us direction to amend the PPA, and then authorizing the designing and planning activities for the Cheyenne River Mitigation Project. Happy to answer any questions. This was recommended by Finance Committee yesterday. Paul can certainly answer any of the budget questions that would be related to this activity.
Questions for John?
Move to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded. Discussion? Hearing none, we'll have Don take the roll.
Mayor Carlson.
Yes.
Mayor Dardis. Mayor Mahoney.
Aye.
Mr. Hendrickson.
Yes.
Mr. Pepcorn.
Aye.
Mr. Ebinger.
Aye.
Ms. Kolpak.
Aye.
Mr. Campbell.
Yes.
Mr. Capitan.
Yes.
Mr. Grimberg.
Aye.
And Mr. Steen.
Yes.
That is everyone.
6B, John, Dispute Review Board update.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair, members of the Diversion Authority Board. This is, I keep this on the agenda for transparency purposes. The Technical Dispute Review Board had its quarterly meeting on Tuesday. It was just a general meeting to go over kind of the parties involved in the project, The members got to see parts of the project, got to understand portions of the project, and we talked through some of the leadership charts and entity charts of the project so that the TDRB members are better able to understand the project if there arises a need to utilize their services. Their next meeting is currently scheduled to be virtual. I made on behalf of the authority a joint request along with the developer that the next 2 meetings be virtual so that there would be a cost savings of not having any in-person meetings. Happy to answer any questions, but it's more of a transparency issue.
Questions for John? 6C?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Once again, just another update. The parties continue to implement the settlement agreement. The teams that were, the informal staff teams that were created as part of the statement of principles have tried to meet informally to resolve ongoing issues regarding day-to-day construction activities. My understanding, based upon correspondence that went across my desk a couple days ago, all of the non-compliance points have been closed out, and so that's another milestone under the settlement agreement. We are also just finalizing the formal amended and restated project agreement, technical requirements, and D&C contracts. Those will go to the lenders. Lenders have already been in contact with the developer, so we're expecting a short turnaround from approval. I anticipate that at the October-November meeting, you'll be asked to formally approve the final settlement agreement, which is essentially a revised version of the statement of principles along with the formal revisions to the amended and restated project agreement.
Any questions for John? Thank you. Good afternoon, Terry. Are you with us?
Good afternoon, Chair Grinberg and board members. This is Terry Williams, and I'm providing the Corps' update for the month of September. For the diversion inlet and the wild rice, both of those are just knocking off punch list items as we get closer to turning those projects over. And at the wild rice, the training for the sponsor personnel still needs to be scheduled. For the Red River structure, we're approaching 90% complete on that one. The only remaining structural items really are finishing up those east dam walls. The big push is to get the embankment constructed across the old Red River channel. And the first week of September, there was a mussel and fish salvage operation by our biologists in the portion of the old Red River that's being cut off by construction of the embankments. Jumping down to OHB under number 6, that's one of our projects that will be complete this year. They're finishing up getting the embankment to full height and planting grass. Reach SC1B, that'll be done this year as well. The concrete for that roundabout for County Road 1617 is about finished. So that should be open up to the traveling public shortly. Reach SC2B, a lot of that embankment is getting brought up to full height. We've got the turf reinforcement mat installation going, and the final pavement of the County Road 16 up and over is close to being done as well. I'm going to jump down to SC4. They're doing really great progress on getting that embankment completed as well. They're doing about 15,000 cubic yards per day, so making some good production on that beach. Down to SC3, kind of the same embankment construction, and then the big utility installs ongoing. SC5, completing that Wolverton Creek crossing. And for our forest mitigation contracts, I think they're finishing up planting on those and are moving more towards into the growing and maintenance stage. With that, I'll stand for any questions.
Questions? So nice to hear references to being done, being done, being done. It's kind of motivating. message. Thank you, Terry, for sharing that. Certainly, by the end of this year, there's significant elements that are going to be done with this project, so let's cherish the word done. Chris?
Thanks, Chair.
Thanks, Chair.
Yeah, thank you, Chair Grimberg, board members. Quick construction update for the P3 portion of the project. Similar to Terry, there's a lot of things that are wrapping up this fall, which is great to see. As you see in the video, the first lane of I-29 was reopened to traffic, scheduled that we'll have the first lane of I-94 opening up in the next week or two. BNSF Railway is on site installing track at the Hillsborough crossing, which is the crossing near I-29 and County Road 81. Expecting that to get cut over here in the next few weeks and actually putting train traffic back on the main line. They'll move from there to the Prosper crossing, which is by County Road 20. Expecting again to get that one open. They're still probably weather dependent on how far we get on the KO crossing this fall, but they're still making a hard push to try to get as far along with that as well. Again, as you'll see in the video and on the screen, almost all of the 30 to 60 day outlook in bullet 2 is bridges that we're anticipating getting open yet this fall. So a long list of those, a lot of work going on, putting finishing touches on, reconnecting roads. So with that, I'd stand for any questions you guys might have related to construction.
Questions for Chris? Thank you.
All right, quick safety update. Oh, sorry, we can, I guess we can look at the bridge one quick. Again, just summarizing, you can see many of the bridges now moving into the opening to traffic lines or getting close to those, and then progress on many of them getting more and more close to that opening of traffic date. So. On the safety side, a good safety month again. There were 2 minor recordable events. My understanding is very minor injuries, but they did send them in to have them looked at, so they hit the recordable line item, but nothing of significance there. So again, another good track month for safety, and important to remember safety here as we get into the fall season and people are rushing to try to get things closed out and done, that we remember safety is still important. So nice to see we're on that good trend of keeping those safety numbers in a good state. So any questions regarding the safety update?
Proceed.
All right. So on the P3 side, just want to highlight this month, as you know, on the settlement agreement, we have agreed to make some advance payments. So our team is including those advance payment trackers into your board reports each month. So as you'll see, if you slide to the next page, Peggy, that middle paragraph there are the advance payments that have been made to the developer under the statement of principles or the settlement agreement. We're nearing the capacity of that. So again, as they complete some of those portions of the project, they'll have the ability to request more funds in there. So just want to highlight, if you guys are curious about where that's at, those are summarized in that report. And again, Paul or I can easily answer those questions for you guys if you have any on where we're at with the advance payment side. So with that, I'll stand for any questions. Otherwise, we're ready for the drone video.
Questions? Roll it.
More final crossings are opening to traffic as the FM area diversion moves closer to completion. I'm Tom Fuchs, Senior Construction Manager for the Metro Flood Diversion Authority, with those and other construction updates for September. After having opened the County Road 10 crossing late last month, ASN constructors announced the opening of the northbound driving lane of I-29 this month. The shift in northbound traffic makes way for the next phase of work, including removal of the northbound bypass lanes, which is now underway. Nearby, the BNSF Hillsborough crossing is nearing completion. Our drone view captures the nearly completed bridge structure, where only final welding and protective coatings remain to be done. They completed approach embankments on both ends and also started permanent track installation on the bridge's south approach. In this same area, the County Road 81 crossing also is nearing completion. Crews placed concrete for the bridge approach slabs and bridge railings this month. County Road 6 crossing also moved closer to completion. ASN constructors poured the bridge deck this month. It's the last of 16 road crossings to achieve this milestone. ASN Constructors also continues work on the Maple River Aqueduct. They prepared the spillway's subgrade and began the concrete wall facing. Over at the aqueduct flume, crews are now installing hot lead support brackets for the low-flow channel heating system, as well as boulders, which will serve as roughness elements to promote fish passage. That, along with the heat, will bolster biotic connectivity across the flume after the Maple River is permanently diverted. On the channel itself, excavation continues, as does building the embankments. Here we see the work taking place in Reach 11, which spans about 2.5 miles near 40th Avenue West in West Fargo. About 39 million of the needed 45 million cubic yards of material have now been moved. As we shift to the federal work being done, we can see crews working on completing crossings over the 22-mile southern embankment. At Reach SE2B, the final lifts of asphalt paving for the County Road 16 up and over are now underway. On the southern end of the Reach, contractors placed topsoil and turf reinforcement matting. They also planted native vegetation across the project's footprint. Fabric and gravel were placed atop the embankment for the maintenance road, and earthwork continues along the north end of the Reach as well. One of the project's mitigation efforts involves building a ring levee around Oxbow, Hickson, Baki. Hendrickson Transportation, LLC, the federal contractor, is nearly done placing the embankment near the intersection of County Roads 81 and 18 at the south end of the project. Along the north end of the project, crews are placing topsoil and graveling the project's access and maintenance roads. To keep up with ongoing construction and the people making it happen, subscribe to the Diversion Current.
Item 8, communications update. Amy?
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair and members of the board. This past month, or actually earlier this month, we sent out the newsletter focused on aqueducts and an interview with Jeremy Fensky. More than half of those were opened, and we had a good click-through rate of nearly 16%. We also provided materials and a PowerPoint for a number of the tours that Jason mentioned earlier, as well as a Minnesota DOT conference this month. For media relations, we had the August construction update. We continue to share all the road closures and bridge openings that have been taking place that our RVA has been sharing. Additionally, we got some recognition from the NFPW for a number of products that the communications team produced last year, including videos and some articles, so it was nice to see a little validation for that work. That's all I have for you this month, but I'm happy to answer questions.
Questions? Thank you. Land management, Justin?
I'm always a short person. Good afternoon, Chairman, Board. I want to go through a quick update on the lands. As always, showing the image depicted, everything shown in green is where flowage easements have been acquired at this point in time. As for orange, those are properties that are currently in eminent domain. And then we also highlight blue, which are parcels that have not been filed for any eminent domain action, and we continue to negotiate with. From last month reporting, we continue to see a positive uptick in our property acquisition progress, primarily in that UMA footprint. But as you can see, we did see a 0.3% increase as these parcels continue, and now I can say positively we are at 63% by rounding up, which is exciting for us. As we break this down further, we look at some of the other pieces that are completed: Drayton Dam, in-town levee, stormwater diversion channel, and OHB. We haven't seen any changes yet in environmental monitoring easements, but this continues to show, as prior, that upstream mitigation area, we're seeing progress, which I can discuss a little bit more on the next slide. As we break this down from that construction footprint, UMA footprint, we do know that there is a little bit of difference between owner groups and the actual existing parcels. And so as we continue to negotiate and start settling with these landowners, we are going to see a little bit more uptick in that UMA footprint for the percentage of owner groups as we gain parcels individually. But overall, once we continue to see more settlements, those parcels, what number will increase as we go along. I'm happy to continue to message that we continue to negotiate these settlement agreements with existing eminent domain actions. We did complete our first trial last month. Since then, we've had the opportunity to negotiate multiple settlements outside of court, which has been a positive for us in our progress. Additionally, we still have 7 outstanding or pending settlement offers with property owners that we continue to work with. This week we are in an eminent domain trial, and we will continue to see movement and progress in that direction. Last month, as part of some of the key activities, we did successfully close on 3 parcels with 2 different owners in that UMA. We continue to dispose of our excess lands. Right now, we have 6 parcels that are moving through that policy. And then finally, this last month, we circulated out that PRAM document, which is the property right acquisition and mitigation document, to our state agencies as well as the Army Corps of Engineers, and we will be working with them to get concurrence on this document moving forward. And as always, the last thing I want to highlight is the continued efforts with our land agents to continue not only to help with relocation services, as well as the final walkthrough assistance on properties, but also the rent payments, which continue on both the Minnesota and the North Dakota side. With that, I'm more than happy to take any questions.
Questions for Justin? Thank you.
Thank you.
Mayor Dardis?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Finance Committee met yesterday. We had a full agenda, had many things that came before us. All of the items that you see on, it was on, let's see, on your agenda, it would be, well, 4A through D were all discussed. This month was a little light on the bills that were brought forward. We paid $353,113.36. Our net cash position continues to be strong. We're at $292,318,725. We are also doing some additional analysis on the sales tax, as there's been some reports across the state as well as here locally that sales tax is lagging behind year to date from a year ago. And our analysis is at this point in time, the county sales tax collections are running 1.4% behind a year to date, and the city growth is running a full 3%, 3.1%. So we're going to keep an eye on that, continue to monitor that. I will caution you when you take a look at those numbers that that is reporting as of August 21st is the last report that has come in from the state tax commissioner. So it's lagging behind several months. So that being said, in addition to, we had conversations. Mr. Paul Barthol presented the cash budget for 2026, and that dollar amount is $931,239,143. And we'll note if your milestone payments potentially, if the developer continues to make progress and finish the projects that is on their schedule, we could be seeing the budgeted number is $730,039,775 payments to the milestone payments to the developer. So that's a pretty sobering number. I will call on your attention with regard to our revenues that we have taken all the draws from the legacy funds from the state of North Dakota, so there will be no more withdrawals there. Those dollars have been used. In addition to the item that Mr. Shockley went through with regard to the Cheyenne mitigation project, it was also requested of us that we do a budget adjustment to the program budget. That mitigation project, the budget adjustment is for $53 million. That concludes my report. I'd stand for any comments or questions that you might have, and probably defer to Paul Barthol for some of the intricate details. Mr. Chairman, I move the finance report be approved.
Is there a second? Discussion? Clarify, we're accepting the finance report. We still have items A and B, as I understand correctly, to act on. Paul's shaking his head correctly, so we'll take a motion on accepting it. We'll take a vote on accepting the report.
Excuse me,
Voice
Mr.
vote or
Chairman.
roll call?
The only thing I didn't address was the HMG ordinance, task order, and that is a Houston Moore Engineering, and that is for the design and construction support. That too is related to the Cheyenne mitigation projects, and that is $1,500,000.
Do a voice vote on accepting the report, and then we'll come back to A and B individually for roll call votes.
Mayor Carlson.
Yes.
Mayor Dardis.
Yes?
Mayor Mahoney.
Aye.
Mr. Hendrickson.
Yes.
Mr. Pepcorn. Mr. Ebinger.
Yes.
Ms. Kolpak.
Aye.
Mr. Campbell.
Yes.
Mr. Capitan.
Yes.
Mr. Grimberg.
Aye.
And Mr. Steen.
Yes.
That is everyone.
All right. Paul, do you want to add more to 10A before we entertain a motion?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mayor Dardis did an excellent job of explaining this. This is just to add to the program budget, not to the cash budget yet. We have not made that adjustment to the cash budget because it has not been approved yet. But this is to increase the program budget from the $2.892 billion that we have been tracking to date, increasing that by the $53 million amount to $2.945 billion. If you also notice, this is in conjunction with the PPA amendment. We do expect funding from the Corps to cover this cost, but this is just allows us to move forward with the expenditures and gives us the expenditure authority for that $53 million.
Or said another way, local control. Is there a motion? Discussion? Mr. Steen?
I'll move to approve the program budget adjustment.
Is there a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded. Further discussion? Hearing none, we'll take the roll.
Mayor Carlson.
Yes.
Mayor Dardis.
Yes?
Mayor Mahoney.
Aye.
Mr. Hendrickson.
Yes.
Mr. Pepcorn. Mr. Ebinger.
Aye.
Ms. Kolpak.
Aye.
Mr. Campbell.
Yes.
Mr. Capitan.
Yes.
Mr. Grimberg.
Aye.
And Mr. Steen.
Yes.
That is everyone.
Paul, anything additional on 10B with the HMG task order?
Just to clarify, Mr. Chair, this is for 25 and 26. As noted by Mr. Shockley, this project will not be under construction until after the completion, so probably 27 at the earliest or 28. This work does allow for preliminary engineering work such as borings, geotechnical type work, coordination with laying out the footprint so we can start the acquisition of land if needed, and those type of preliminary engineering services. So within there, you'll see that of the 1.5 million, there's an increase in the HMG budget for 2025 for 500,000, and then for 2026 for $1 million there. Again, since it has not been approved, it has not been included in the cash budget. If it's approved by the board, we will make that adjustments to the cash budget.
Is there a motion? Second? Is there a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded. Discussion? Hearing none, we'll take the roll.
Mayor Carlson?
Yes.
Mayor Dardis?
Yes.
Mayor Mahoney?
Aye.
Mr. Hendrickson?
Yes.
Mr. Ebinger?
Yes.
Ms. Colback?
Aye.
Mr. Campbell?
Yes.
Mr. Capitan?
Yes.
Mr. Grimberg?
Aye.
And Mr. Steen?
Yes.
And that is everyone.
Any other business? Anyone online or in the chambers that would like to provide public comment? Hearing or seeing none. Item 13, the next meeting is October 23rd. I entertain a motion to adjourn. Moved. Is there a second? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. We are adjourned. Thank you.